Alright guys, welcome back to 20 CPUs. Today here we are with an extremely budget build. We're going to be spending around 800 euros for a build with a Ryzen 5 5600 and an RTX 3070. Now let's go over the components, okay? Let's go. Okay, so the first thing is this combo, basically. This is a colorful B450 motherboard. I had to do a very complex BIOS mod to make the Ryzen 5 5600 fit on this one, but I will make a full tutorial on how I did it. I had to BIOS mod it manually and insert the microcode. Okay, so here we are with the CPU. Now this shouldn't be compatible. Here it says please do not use Ryzen 5 3600X CPU. That kind of scares me. But anyways, this should be compatible. So we are just gonna slot it in, aligning the triangle with the triangle, and then close it down. It should be clamped properly. But we're gonna just quickly test it with our test power supply, and we're gonna see if we get a signal. Okay, so we tried turning it on. First try, everything went on to full speed, which means that the CPU is not recognized as I thought. So now we're gonna slap a Ryzen 5 3600 over here and see if that one makes it boot. Okay guys, we managed to make it boot first try. And now if we get a close look here, it says UEFI 2.7 PY 1.6, which means that the BIOS version is from 2019. And that's why it wasn't working. So now we will just quickly boot into Windows, get the proper BIOS, flash it, and then our 3600 is going to work perfectly fine. Okay, so this colorful motherboard actually doesn't have in the BIOS the option to update it. So I had to run AfuWin, which is a Windows BIOS updater, which is actually very risky to use. I'm currently trying to get it to update. If it doesn't work and if it doesn't support this thing, I will have to try and cross-flash it with another colorful motherboard, but I will keep you updated. And guys, after cross-flashing the BIOS, getting the update from a different motherboard from the same brand, which has a newer management engine in it, we managed to get to work the Ryzen 5 5600 on a motherboard that literally says, caution, please do not use Ryzen 5 3600X. Nice. Now, it has a Ryzen 5 5600 and I paid 40 bucks for the motherboard on Amazon warehouse deals during the Black Friday and 140 bucks for the CPU. Still during the Black Friday. Now, if you get it closer here, if you take a look, the motherboard has a sticker that says, caution, do not use Ryzen 5 3600X, but we just slapped a 5600 straight up. Then we have this 50 bucks RGB RAM, Viper RAM, Team Group Viper, standard RAM, and then we have a 1TB used Samsung SSD, a 700 watt Antec 80 plus silver budget power supply, and then we have this RTX 3070 Holo, which we bought used for 400 euros and refurbished. And then this new case RGB. It has 3 fans, 2 on the front, 1 on the back, and it's well addressable. So let's get building. Guys, you know that feeling when you have a GPU, you have a build ready, you just want to slot it in, and it doesn't fit. You know. Okay guys, so here we have the PC finished. I say it looks pretty well. Let's see how it performs like. Alright guys, so I ran a 5-strike test and it's literally amazing. The graphics score is 35k, the physics is close to 25k, and the combined is 13k, which means that they work together really well. And all of that with a PC that basically, the GPU fills up the whole case completely. There is now no space left, as you can see. And it's so small, guys, just look at it. Okay, so we've been running Prime 95 for a good 15 minutes on that cooler, and the peak temperature achieved is 65 degrees, and that is with an all-core turbo boost of 4.4 GHz with the CPU at 100% overall. That is great on the CPU. Let's go check out the actual GPU. And here we are testing the GPU. Now it's pretty silent, you probably cannot hear it, and it's going up all the way to around 75 degrees, with around 90 degrees of hotspot, which is to be expected for a Zotac. It's really good. Now, of course, if you want to lower it, you can undervolt it. You can also undervolt the CPU. It's how I recommend to run stuff. And I have a tutorial for that on my channel. I will leave it up here. But it's really good at stock too, and it's very silent. So let's cut to the conclusions. Alright guys, so here we are. You've seen the temperature results, you've seen the performance. Let's discuss how it came out. Well, I think for the 800 euros budget, this really isn't beatable. Honestly, it's not beatable. I think it's the best possible mid-range PC. I think you should do the same. Ryzen 5 5000 series, whichever. Try to get the 5600 or 5600X if possible. They go a bit faster than the G models. And just a 3070, you can get them for extremely cheap. And the performance, I mean, the 5-strike, close to 30k in 5-strike, 28k, over 28k in 5-strike is really good. This PC can play basically any games at 4k with the DLSS. It can play high refresh rate competitive titles like Apex Legends, Fortnite, Warzone at very high refresh rate. I think with Fortnite you can definitely push the 240. With Apex you're close to that. With Warzone probably you're looking at the 144 FPS target, but it's really good for the price. And I mean, it came out looking small, it's compact, but the temperatures are really nice, as I showed you previously. And I mean, let me know what you think about the aesthetic. Do you like it? Would you have changed anything in how it came out? Let me know. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.